On November 2nd, 2022, the United States Justice Department announced a huge bust of a national catalytic converter theft ring valued at over $545 million. Branches of the ring had hubs in California, Oklahoma, and New Jersey, but this was no isolated issue. What used to be a pretty uncommon type of car theft has since skyrocketed in the last few years, making catalytic converter theft a major issue nationwide. You'd be hard-pressed to talk to anyone who hasn't experienced it themselves or know someone who has. Catalytic converters are a piece of your vehicle's exhaust system. They're basically tubes filled with precious metal that clean the exhaust from your car before it's released into the air. But those precious metals inside are really valuable and really easy to harvest. In 2022, State Farm Insurance alone saw over 43,000 claims. According to the NICB, the US saw a 325% increase in catalytic converter thefts between 2019 and 2020 alone, and the crime has risen over 1,200% since 2019. Luckily, vehicles are still functional without a catalytic converter, but they become noticeably louder, noisier, and put out way more exhaust, which is bad for the vehicle and the environment. Plus, it's car theft. So why not rims or stereos or any of those classic parts we dumped so much money into? The short answer is it's valuable, low-hanging fruit. Your vehicle's catalytic converter is found on the back underside near the exhaust. With about 30 seconds and a battery-operated saw, a thief can hit tons of targets in a short amount of time. The converters in low-emission vehicles tend to have more of these coveted materials, which can be as valuable, if not more, than gold. As drivers embrace hybrids and low-emission vehicles, thieves are getting bigger payoffs per unit. Depending on the state and vehicle that part comes from, an individual catalytic converter can value over $1,000 per unit. And if yours gets stolen, it's not cheap to replace either. For those low-emission vehicles especially, you can expect to pay up to $3,500 for a new one. Again, your car is still drivable for a short amount of time, but your Prius will start sounding like a Harley, and you won't pass any emissions tests anytime soon. Hybrids, SUVs, and pickup trucks tend to be the most popular targets for this type of theft. Hybrids are coveted for the amount of precious metals inside their catalytic converters, while larger vehicles have a higher clearance, making them easier to get to. We found a list of commonly hit vehicles from Carfax. But having one of those rides doesn't mean you're automatically at risk, or that if you drive something else, you're safe. Either way, this type of crime is increasing year over year, so vehicle drivers of all types need to do a little more to protect their rides. It all boils down to making your vehicle harder to get to or less desirable. Of course, there's obvious solutions like locking your car in a garage if you have one, or parking in well-lit areas. If that's not an option, you can get your vehicle identification number engraved on the part in your local shop, or ask a mechanic about this service next time you're in. Big chains like Midas and Jiffy Lube have been known to do this for free in some areas. We've also seen suggestions like painting the part with bright, heat-resistant paint. This makes it less attractive for thieves and harder to sell. And then there are other options like installing a dash cam or a catalytic converter lock or alarm system. That second option can be a little pricey, like up to $800 pricey, but it still costs less than a brand new part for your car. If you do fall victim to catalytic converter theft, there are a few things that you'll need to do before getting it replaced. Obviously, a trip to the mechanic is a must. But it's not just to get the bad news of how much the repair is going to cost. You'll also want to check to make sure the vehicle's overall health is still good. Driving around without a catalytic converter isn't just noisy and bad for the environment, but thieves might damage other parts during the process. So you'll want to make sure everything else is intact. You'll also want to file a police report and an insurance claim. If you have comprehensive coverage, you should be able to get help with the expenses. So check your insurance right now to make sure that it's covered. And filing a police report gives local law enforcement data that they can use to recognize larger patterns in your area, just like that ring that was busted in November. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like this type of car theft is going away anytime soon. But spreading awareness and making your vehicle a harder target can help. If you or someone you know has fallen victim to catalytic converter theft, drop a comment below and tell us about it. We come out with new videos every week and we would love to explore this topic further. So like and subscribe to see more from us here on YouTube. Thanks for watching and stay safe. Thanks for watching. And if you want more safety, head over to safewise.com and you can find reviews and our lineups of best home security systems, best wireless cameras, and more. Stay safe.